Welcome to Day 1 Patch. This is episode 46. I'm Ryan Johnson. I have a brand new mic, so if I sound different, that's good. But if it sounds bad to you, that's bad.
It could go either way.
It could sound really good or really bad.
It could sound really good because you have a better mic, or it could be a better quality mic and it reveals that you have a bad voice.
I could have a bad voice. That's very possible. Yeah. And I might sound better than you guys. A little bit louder, it looks like, too, so I might have to do some editing on this afterwards. Anyway, I got Matt Lawrence here.
Hello.
And Marty Isaacs.
Hello.
Like always, Adriano is off this week, and so just the three of us. I want to get more guests rotating in.
Like who? Like you just want to pull some people from the street?
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, no, not from the street, but just want to get more guests rotating in every week. Kind of not every week, but we'll obviously have the core of us every now and then. Sorry if we picked that up. Yeah, our top stories today. Our Dead Rising 3 receives a massive 13 gigabyte update.
Oh, good.
Huge. Grand Theft Auto 5 is apparently possibly coming to the PC. So some of you might be happy for that. And Nintendo might be considering a new business structure. So we have those stories coming up later in the show.
Does it include shutting down?
No,
Come on, man.
We're going to start with what we're playing. And Marty, tell us what you're playing.
Oh, jeez. I haven't been playing much on the console, to be honest. I've been getting it done, though. I've been reading a lot, I guess. I've been watching a lot. But I haven't been playing a lot. I've been getting some Pokemon done, though. X.
How far are you?
I got like 5, 6 badges, maybe.
And how many badges total? 8?
There's 8, I believe, and then you go on to the Elite Four, and then you go on to the Champion.
It's a pretty long game, eh? Kind of forgot how long it is.
It depends on how fast you play through. For me, no matter what the game is, I look around at everything. I appreciate what's there, and there's a lot of people to talk to in Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Not terribly interesting, but I do it anyway. And everybody's friendly. They always give you stuff. Or a couple guys ripped me off, though.
How? What?
He's like, I'll tell you a story for 1,000. I don't know what their currency is. What is that?
Poke currency.
Polka dollars. For 1,000 polka dollars, I'll tell you a story. And the story was 1 sentence long.
That's good stuff.
You get money pretty quick in that game, though, I found.
Yeah, if you buy clothes, though, your money's gone.
I have like 200,000 right now.
I'm still trying to look like a man in that game.
Yeah.
I kind of look like a woman, Matthew.
I regret not picking the female character.
Yep.
But that's how it is. Now, I remember in the older Pokemon games, I remember exploring a lot more. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of exploring in this one. I kind of feel like there's a path, you take it, and then...
It's a lot more accessible this
You're in the next city.
Yeah.
I remember getting lost in just random caves that led really nowhere, and you just kind of explore them for the fun of it.
Yep.
That's all gone?
It's a pretty simple game.
Oh, well. All right, Matt, what are you playing?
I haven't played much during the week, but last weekend, I guess, I just played Little Company Heroes and stuff like that. I was with a couple other people, so we're just... So what are you playing, Ryan Johnson?
I've been playing, actually, Zen Pinball. The app was free.
I bet it's the Star Wars one.
Well, here's what it is. The app was free on PS4, so you download the app. And then there's one free table they give you.
Wait, it's an app, not a game?
A game, sorry. But
okay.
So it was one free table that they give you. But then I had also gotten the Star Wars pinball on my Vita free with the PlayStation Plus. And so, I think, or free or discounted. I can't remember what it was. Regardless, you can import those tables to the PS4 version. And so I got the Star Wars ones on there too.
Oh, fair enough.
But the weird thing is, if you buy a table on the PS4 version of the pinball game...
Okay.
You can't import those tables onto PS3 or Vita.
So the PS4 can accept imports, but it cannot export.
Yes. I don't know what the reason is. Seems kind of weird to me.
That is a little bit weird.
Ow. But yeah. Okay, that's what we've been playing. And let's move on to apps with Marty. You got to go in for this week?
Yeah. I bought this one.
Take it away, Marty.
Apps with Marty. Here we go. We should work on that theme song, get that to splice in there.
Well, you wrote us the good theme song we got for the beginning and end of our show now.
Yeah.
So write yourself a good Apps with Marty intro song.
You got it. I don't normally do this, but I paid for an app. I haven't paid for an app in a long, long time, but this one looked really cool. It is called Slayin. Slayin. There's no G.
No G.
There's no G. Basic premise of this game. It's an 8-bit game, and it's got cool little old-school music going on. I always talk about the music, and I always try to play it, so here we go. Yeah. Anyway, the basic premise of this game is you get to choose your heroes. Right off the bat, you get to be the knight. And it's a little side-scroller. There's only 3 buttons. There is left and right, and there is jump. And basically, enemies will pop up on the screen, and you kind of just run into them. There's no attack button. You just run into them with your sword. They die. And it ramps up pretty quickly. They keep tossing enemies at you, both that come from the ground and from the sky. And you get XP from that, and you can pick up coins. And there's a little shop you can buy to upgrade your weapons, and you can buy health or armor. It's kind of just like a little endless RPG. I think they advertise it as that. Kind of like how the app stores flooded with these endless runners that we have.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a little RPG. And as you go on and you get coins, you can unlock characters. You can unlock an archer, a wizard, a ninja, and there's a couple more. There's called the Tamer. But those are real expensive. And of course, if you want to pay real money to unlock them, you can. I think it's $6 and you get 50,000 coins.
Whoa.
And it's like 3,000 coins to unlock the wizard. I don't have much to say about this game. It's hard to describe. I'd rather you just go out there and buy it. It's 99 cents. It's super fun, super addictive. I also noticed that there is achievements within the game. Not Game Center achievements, just achievements for their own personal game. It reminded me of the Jetpack Joyride achievements, where they give you 3 at a time, and when you complete one of them, you get a new one. And that gives you extra points and XP for your character.
So not really achievements, but like challenges, I guess.
I guess you can call them challenges. They call them quests in this game.
Okay.
You can link this to Game Center, and you can see how far your friends have gotten. Once you die, you're giving a headstone, and it displays all your headstones for all your fallen characters. And if you bought the game, I can see your headstones characters, and you can use your coins to decorate your headstone if you want to. That seems a little weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's cool little things you can spend your money on. You can get alternate songs. You can get alternate skins. At the bottom of the screen is kind of like an old school controller with your buttons on it. That's where you your little virtual buttons, and you can get skins for that. There's like a flame one, and there's one that looks like a NES controller. But it's 8-bit, sweet music. It's very old school gaming style. I recommend this. 99 cents. iOS.
Cool.
Next week, I'll be reviewing In Fear I Trust. I think In We Trust.
Don't you have the app right there?
It's on my iPad right here. This one is $3, and it just launched this week. In Fear I Trust, yeah. It's a first-person horror game. Cool graphics.
And scary.
Yeah, it scares me a little bit. I had to turn the lights on. It's episodic, too, and I believe with the $3 you get 2. But we'll talk about that next week.
Okay. Looking forward to that, Marty. And moving into our first story. This one's a bit of a shocker, actually. Dead Rising 3 receives a huge update. This is not like a download of a game. This is an update. 13 gigabytes in size.
This is a disaster.
And why is that, Matt?
Well, I download at approximately 1 gig an hour, so I'll be there for 13 hours. It's like, oh, I'm going to play some Dead Rising 3. All right, come back tomorrow.
Jeez, that's kind of bad.
Do it up.
Especially here in the West. I mean, like, we don't have good internet speeds.
Well, some areas can get them.
Only if you're in, like, the city. That's the only place that has good network speeds.
No, well, that's fair enough. The rates aren't fair.
No,
for
definitely
those.
not. Definitely not. So, Xbox Studio Manager Mike, and again, a weird name, Ybarra. He took to Twitter, and he said that, quote, "Wow, a 13 gigabyte DR3 update? Holy, good thing I have 110 megabits per second."
Take 105 off of that, and there's my megabytes per second.
Take 110 off of that, and you got me.
That's terrible. I feel this is kind of weird that he said that, because it's almost like,
It's a little arrogant sounding.
yeah, it's like, why not make it not a 13 gigabyte update? This is a exclusive on your platform, you know? Why would you brag and say, "Oh, I can do it, no problem"? But you poor buggers with 2 gigabit or megabits per second. Good luck.
It's kind of like
weird.
It's kind of like the thing though, where it's not him and it's not Xbox. It's the studio. It's Capcom doing it, if you will, or like the developer, whoever.
Did Microsoft help publish it at all?
I think
Because it's
so.
exclusive. I mean, it could just be a deal, but that's pretty rare nowadays.
I think they published it, but in the same breath, ultimately, I think it's up to the developers, at least in my opinion.
I'm a little nervous that this might be the norm for next gen.
Big updates, big games,
Big,
and big
massive
updates.
updates like this.
This could replace a bunch of install files. We
Although
don't know.
The updates for the games right now haven't been big.
There's,
that's
Like
true.
for Battlefield and Call of Duty and Killzone, stuff like that. They haven't been too big.
I guess so.
The only ones is DC Universe Online, but that's an MMO. Those always have big updates, so.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped playing that game.
You missed two like 7 gigabyte updates.
Yeah. Why is no, just no.
This next one's kind of a funny story here. A new test has found. First of all, let's get your opinion on booth babes. Matt, what are your opinions on the booth babes?
That's fine by me.
You like the booth babes?
Of course.
Now, have you ever been to a convention with booth babes?
No.
Okay, so that's a different story because
Well, you kind of see the people. You kind of like watch like, whatever live E3 live.
yeah,
whatever.
but this test has found that they're ineffective. Now, Marty, what's your view on this?
I don't particularly care for them.
Yeah,
It adds a level of phoniness to our industry, I think. It kind of reminds me of the beautiful women standing next to cars. It's kind of the same situation.
yeah.
When I'd rather have a sweaty developer standing there telling me about his game rather than a beautiful woman that doesn't care.
Doesn't know anything about the game.
Yeah, just there to look good.
Yeah.
Read a script.
Yeah.
So the new test has found that they're ineffective, and I'm sorry, I forgot to get who this guy was. His name is Chen. He said that he found booth babes intimidated people, and they didn't actually like pull people into their booth, and you couldn't educate the audience about the product they were promoting. Like the booth babes couldn't tell the people waiting to see what the game was about.
Yeah.
They
They're
can't
just
tell them
there.
about the game. They're just there again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of weird. I think you're right, Marty, but it kind of lowers the industry a bit.
Yeah, it's just
It's almost like what was I gonna say? Like WWF and UFC, they always have like the girls going around. So it
the
kind of cheapens
scantily
it.
clad.
It cheapens it really.
Yeah.
Again, I don't mind, but
Yeah. Just be honest.
yeah, but wouldn't mind seeing them go either. I mean, either way, if you want to have a booth, babe, go ahead. Just
It's indifferent.
do what you want. I mean, really. This next story, a lot of people are probably excited about this. There's been some evidence of a Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC. Now, Matt, would you get Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC?
Based on the fact that I have it on Xbox, no.
But were you planning earlier, like before the game launched at all?
No, I've always played the Grand Theft Auto games. Like the Grand Theft Auto games to me aren't really like super competitive, or you really have to have like super good aim, I guess. So like, I mean, I've always kind of played them on the console because you're driving a lot of the time.
They've always felt like console games to me.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I think this is just for the PC elite,
the PC elitist, PC master race.
master race. Yeah. So here's what happened. They found some bug logs for the PC version.
Yep.
And the log contained over 170 references to PC bugs, and mentioned DX11 support and 64-bit system testing, as well as some other stuff. Now, that's not the only information we have. Amazon also listed GTA 5 for PC, and I believe this was in Amazon France. How does that happen?
What, Amazon?
These third-party sites always somehow screw something up and put something on their site before they're supposed to.
Well, to be honest, they probably have some sort of scripts where it's kind of like put these ads up. They make the ad and they're like put these ads up at this time, and then somebody just puts it in the wrong area. Because I mean, to keep up with all the stuff that's going up and down and unavailable and shouldn't be available this time, or like the laws and You know what I mean?
I'm not sure how it was before, but I felt like the stuff wasn't leaked this often.
Yes, but then again, how many things were we doing with the internet back then?
I guess so. The internet kind of blew it all up, right? Because then you could leak it, and then millions of people could see it.
Yeah.
But where before you could just like tell your buddy.
Yeah, like exactly.
It wouldn't spread that much. But I still think it's weird. I think it's the thing that bothers me. If I was like a CEO of a company, like say Apple, and something got leaked, and it was an actual real, like it was real, what got leaked. What scares me is that someone in your company leaked that. But how do you find them? How do you get rid of them?
Well, the rumor is, well, it's not really a rumor. It's kind of like a standpoint, I guess. Is I find a lot of people saying that all leaks are intentional.
I've heard that one, yeah.
And like, if the person is found, they'll be prosecuted. But normally, like obviously some leaks are not, and like people are intentionally hunted down. But like some leaks I've heard, or people are saying, well, it is intentional because people want to raise hype for the product. So like someone will look at it, but they'll see like a shady image, and then people start making concepts and making assumptions and stuff. So yeah.
Now, what I found interesting, and I'm not putting blame on anyone though. A lot of this stuff is leaked from the Asian markets because that's where it's made, like hardware.
Yeah, that's very true.
But I've noticed that the new Mac Pro that Apple announced, we hadn't really heard any rumors about it or seen any pictures about it, and I'm wondering if that's just because it was developed here in America. I'm just wondering if there's a little just more loyalty to
it could be
the brand.
Or it could be. It could literally just be the fact that maybe that standpoint is accurate, and they just said don't leak this.
Mm-hmm.
If you leak things, you're a douchebag.
Yeah, really, eh?
That goes for the guy that leaked the Tarantino script. Just on a side note,
Matt, did you hear about
that guy?
No.
Tarantino wrote a new script for his new movie called Eight something.
The Hateful Eight.
The Hateful Eight.
Okay.
A new like Western he was working on.
Right.
He gave it to like 6 people.
Close to him.
And it got leaked on the internet.
What the
heck? So one of those 6 people, see, that's even more scary. And I think he already ruled out like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because he knows them or something, and he like trusts them or whatever. So he's got to figure out who it is, because that's really
he
bad.
abandoned that movie now. Moving on to the next.
Well, see, now the thing is this though. It could be something as simple as this person has it in their house. You just kind of leave stuff around your own house. You leave it on like something. Somebody comes over. They're like, "What the hell is this?"
Mm-hmm.
Scan. Internet.
Yeah.
So people are like that.
Yeah. So he gave up on that project. He said that he wouldn't mind if it got leaked, but he gave it to 6 people. This wasn't like down the road when they're in production with like 200 people working on it. This was 6 people and it got leaked.
That's bad.
I'd be pretty angry. Okay, we talked a lot about Steam machines in the past 2 podcasts, and we're going to talk about them a bit more. And this one's a bit kind of weird. Alienware, who makes PCs, and they're pretty known for their gaming rigs, right?
Yep.
They're making a Steam box, and their initial word that came out is that it won't be upgradable, and you have to buy a new one every year. Not have to, but there'll be upgrades for it every year.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it'd be like an iPhone. You get the new iPhone every year.
Yeah.
But I guess now they're saying you can upgrade it, but it's difficult.
Yes.
Now,
that makes sense, though.
Well, they said it's smaller than the current generation consoles.
That's my thing. Like, I realize that laptops are small and whatever, but depending on what they did, they probably made a bunch of proprietary hardware, and it's probably just just to be blatantly honest, it's just a bit of a bitch to get in there to change parts around.
Yeah.
So it's obvious they don't want you doing that anyway.
They want you to buy that one every year.
They make more money doing that.
But see, I think that things like this, I think I was talking to Aaron about this, I forget. Things like this will push people to go toward Microsoft and Sony for the consoles. Because literally, like, anyone who likes to research their products will literally be like, well, if I buy an Xbox or a PlayStation 4, it'll be like, let's just assume that the last gen, 8 years, minimum of 5 at least, or I can go get a Steam machine, which is coming out every year. Mm-hmm. Now, whereas I don't have to upgrade, essentially I could have like a 10-year-old phone and not upgrade. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, people will want to upgrade. So it's kind of like, well, I'd rather have the one that's kind of more supported, right?
That's right.
So
I wonder how much you can upgrade on it.
It's probably
like, if there's not a lot of wiggle room in there.
It's probably gonna be like RAM, hard drive, maybe like a different CD drive, something like that.
No graphics update.
I don't know, because we don't know whether it's like a custom on board. Like it could be something soldered to the motherboard. We don't know.
That's right.
So
Well, I think that'd be the most important thing you'd want to swap out, though, right?
normally with a PC, in my experience anyway, normally it's the graphics card that doesn't go, but it's the one becomes the most dated.
You upgrade the
fastest.
most, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that'd probably be what they would. If anything, if I was Alienware, I'd make that the easiest to swap out.
But they're not going to do that. They're going to make it the hardest.
No.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. They'd probably prefer people to buy a new machine every year.
Right.
But these better have like a good price then.
No, they're going to be like $400. If it's like a normal PC, they're going to be like $400.
So now here's the problem. They're probably in their boardrooms thinking that, oh, you upgrade your iPhone every year. People do that. Pay $600 for a new iPhone every year, right? But you get a lot more value out of an iPhone than you will out of this,
Well,
Steam machine.
you can argue that, but the thing is, there are a lot of people, like you do see a lot of people with new phones all the time, but those people are typically people who buy, like, and now there's regulations in some countries they can't do this, but in our area, which is completely open, they're typically people who will take the iPhone, say they have iPhone 5 right now, and the iPhone 5S comes out, so they take the iPhone 5, they sell it, and they pay essentially $50 for the iPhone 5S, all unlocked and all off their carrier.
Yeah.
So the problem with that assumption with them, like I agree with you. I think that's probably what they're thinking. The problem is somebody gonna want to buy last year's Steam box?
Probably not.
It's kind of like, oh, here's an old Steam box. Okay, good. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have that like appeal like an old console does. Where it's like, oh, you played these games, and this is like, oh,
Yeah.
here's an old PC. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Especially if you're selling it to people who know what they're doing with PCs.
Yeah.
They're definitely not going to want last year's model.
Especially
You know?
since these are toward gaming. Like if it was like an old PC, you can get rid of because people are word processing or something,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you could sell it as that.
But
Slap some Windows on there and sell it to someone who needs a PC.
then Windows costs money.
Yeah.
See, now you're in trouble.
Do you think they should lower the price of their OS? Apple's is free.
You mean Windows?
Windows, yeah.
It is cheaper, I believe. Now,
How much is it?
with Windows 8? I don't remember now, but I
Is
believe
it
it's
still in the 200s?
significantly cheaper. I thought it was like 100 something. I thought it was like 127.
It's not too bad.
But I mean, I don't know if that's home. I don't actually know, to be honest. I
Yeah, they got all the different versions. That's right.
Yeah, like when I buy a device, I just leave Windows on it.
I'm just saying, Apple's is free.
It's all right.
Full operating system, gorgeous. Free.
Linux is also free, and I don't call that good.
Boo on that, though. All right, another interesting story here. EA, Nintendo is not dead to us. That's a great little headline there, right? So Electronic Arts COO, Peter Moore, I guess he was originally accused of saying that the Nintendo was dead to us quickly after the Wii U failed to live up to expectation. He's later come out and said that... he said, "Don't trust anonymous sources. Nintendo's a great partner. They never have been and never will be dead to EA." I just thought this was funny. And we were bringing this up. How did these rumors start? Like, how was he originally...
I never heard that either.
What?
But before his second comment came out, I never heard him mention.
It wasn't that big, eh? It
No.
wouldn't explode all over the internet or anything like that. So, which I thought it would have. But,
It's a lot.
so it probably is fake. He probably didn't actually say it, but you never know.
I don't know. I don't feel like EA is like when EA compliments somebody, I don't feel like it has any merit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why EA? I feel so sad. I feel bad for EA.
'Cause EA is massive. And
Yeah.
they're massive because they hold a lot of license. They hold a lot of money. But the problem is, no, they've kind of lost respect.
But how did that happen? What are they doing wrong with their business? That I understand, like the online passes and stuff
They
like
started
that.
that. They're also very arrogant about stuff like I don't know whether it's like direct. I don't know whether it's how the media portrays them or what, but it almost feels like they're very much like, oh yeah, so you guys are going to start paying for microtransactions because you love them, and everyone's like, no, you love them. Enjoy the 99 cents every time you press A. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where they went. I used to think EA was great. I always loved EA games, and then last couple of years they've kind of been screwing up, I guess.
Like Battlefield 4, freaking fiasco.
Which is weird. Their biggest franchise right now,
It's a
Battlefield,
fiasco.
and they screwed it up somehow.
And the beta was perfect. Everyone said the beta was like for a beta was perfect.
Isn't that how it always goes?
Yeah, and then they like release the game and it's a disaster.
I noticed the beta works for a lot of people, and then the game launches and it just crumbles.
Now that could be because people, like I will admit doing this. I don't really watch or I don't really try betas.
they're like demos to me. I don't want to play the game before it comes out.
Yeah, because I either get a bad opinion of it, or I'm like, I don't want to replay that part. And I'm like, I don't want to buy it now.
Well, that's a big issue that came up, was that our demos, do they hurt sales or do they increase sales? Because it just gives you a snippet of the game, and that for a lot of people could deter them from playing it. Something little they don't like and be like, oh, I don't want to play this game, you know?
It's true.
Mm-hmm. But you can kind of see EA trying to repair stuff. I don't know what they need to do. I have no advice for them. I don't know. I don't know what they need to do to fix anything. But
see. This is the thing. Recently, other than Battlefield 4, I don't really see anything that they're doing wrong. Okay, Battlefield 4 is a fiasco. That's fine. I don't know if it's still a fiasco. I think it still is.
I think they fixed it for the most
I'm
part.
gonna be honest. I haven't played it. It had some problems. I was like, oh, all right, there goes. It's $60. But I think the problem is now is they're not. It doesn't feel like they're doing anything to fix it. They're just like, oh, we've taken back our bad stuff. But I think they need to do something to get on our good side. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What games do they have coming out? Anything good? I don't even know.
Last I heard, anyway, is the SimCity Offline, but that's not a game.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's needed.
It's needed. Well, we were talking about it. It's needed, but like...
Need it last year.
Yeah.
Needed a year ago, yeah. But like, I'm trying to think what games they have coming out. Like, any next-gen games?
I can't think of anything. They probably have a bunch. Didn't they say they had like 20 or something? Wasn't that? Like,
I'm not sure. Garden Warfare.
I think yeah. Well,
There you go.
we covered a lot of stuff. Like EA's in a lot of stuff, right? Like you'll play something like, oh crap, that's EA. You know what I mean? You don't know.
Of course. Yeah. I guess Battlefield was their only big thing right now.
Yeah, Battlefield's pretty big. Well,
Yeah.
it was, or I don't know.
So on to some Nintendo news. Last week we covered their terrible, really terrible, their sales expectations that they lowered 70%, and so they're actually forecasting a $250 million loss for the current fiscal year ending March 31st, and they reduced their Wii U sales forecast from 9 million to 2.8 million, and they're actually thinking about restructuring their business structure. Restructuring their business structure. What do you guys think? Think that's needed?
Desperately needed. First of all, they don't advertise. I saw a 3DS commercial once.
Mm-hmm.
Once this Christmas. That was it. Nice commercial. But remember when the Wii came out? There was those "We would like to play" commercials everywhere.
Yeah.
And look how the Wii turned out. Everyone bought it.
I think they really screwed up with the marketing, because even when the Wii U launched, there wasn't a lot of marketing.
And there was confusion.
There was always that confusion, too, that people weren't aware that it was a new console.
And then what they really didn't need was last E3 to do a Nintendo Direct and not a conference.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, I didn't know where to go to watch their Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
I tried going to sites, it wouldn't load for me because everyone was like piling into it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it got as much coverage as it would normally. Because otherwise it would be covered on Spike, on game trailers.
Yep.
There you have a wide audience, because people would just be watching Spike maybe. They lost all that audience. So
Yep.
I don't know what the heck's going on.
Nintendo does things weird though, because do you remember when we were at the Fan Expo last year? Microsoft was there promoting Xbox One, it wasn't out yet. Sony was there promoting PS4, wasn't out yet. And then I went to the X like a week later, and Nintendo was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like what are you doing at like the
for
X?
our listeners, just tell us what the X is.
Oh yeah, sorry. So the X is basically, I think it's called the World's Fair. I think that's like that's a nickname for it. But anyway, so it's just a big fair in Toronto, essentially, and it has like I think it's the conventions, not the convention center, the exhibition, exhibition center, and they have like a bunch of different stuff in there. So like Samsung has stuff there too. Like Fan Expo is bigger, but they happen simultaneously, right? So then, they show like little displays, and there's like a bunch of rides and stuff like that. So it's almost like an expo, but it's more fair-like. But regardless, it goes for like 3-4 weeks. But the point is, why would you show up there? Like, I would never go to the X thinking, hey, I'm going to go play, like, Nintendo games. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like,
It wasn't a pleasant surprise to see Nintendo there.
No, I didn't even go in. I was like, what the freak? And I just walked by.
You didn't stop in?
No.
Say hello? I was at Walmart, and there was a guy playing Wii Fit there with the Wii Fit shirt on,
Oh, God.
promoting the Wii Fit.
Is it that blonde guy? He's been like around like all
Maybe.
of Hamilton?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, every single time I see him, you want to try Animal Crossing? No, man, it's okay. Every single time, you want to try this? No, it's all right. You want to try new Zelda? Get out of here.
I heard the new Zelda is really good, and I haven't gotten into it yet.
I've seen it. It looks really good, but
I heard people say it's hard.
yeah,
I thought you bought it.
I do have it. I haven't played it any further.
No.
Because I played for 20 minutes, and then I didn't know what to do.
Oh, man.
There was no direction of where to go. I just hate that. I don't know if I misread something or what happened, but
Zelda's kind of, in my opinion, kind of like the older school game, where it's kind of like in a world there's this big problem, drops you into an environment. Okay, now what? And nowadays,
I guess they kind of want you to explore yourself and just talk to people and kind of
do stuff. Yeah.
Fall into the quest instead of just going straight to it. Right?
I get bored. I need that.
Yeah, same here.
People always say that the new way of gaming is like the direction and hand holding. I almost like the hand holding in terms of
I hate my hand
being
held.
There's over hand holding.
There's over hand holding. I like being told where to go to do something, but not necessarily how to do it. Mm-hmm. Like I like to someone to say, "Hey, you can do this," and it's over here.
That almost killed Batman for me, for Arkham Origins.
What?
It told you how to do every single thing.
But
that was particularly bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you would like to know where to go. Like if, say, for example, it's just like you do like your tutorial mission, so you dropped in, it tells you the controls, blah blah blah. And then you're just, here's the city. Okay.
See, I don't like tutorial missions either.
Well, no one does.
Okay, so you just dropped into the city, and it's like, here's the city. Joker's on the rampage, go find him. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I loved about Don't Starve.
But see, that game's kind of based on that premise, whereas that game is kind of like, here's a city. I'm like, okay, do I go outside? Do I go, like, where the heck? Like, where do I go?
And I actually found that was a big problem with all the next-gen games I played. Call of Duty, I did not know where to go in some places. There was just sometimes it wouldn't... But correct me if I'm wrong, but did old Call of Duties have like a little dot that told you where to go?
Sometimes.
Something on the screen that told you where to go after a while.
Normally on the little compass.
Something like
that.
If
I remember correctly.
I don't remember seeing that on Ghost. I could be wrong. I could have just missed it.
If not, a character would shout it or something every 30 seconds.
Yeah. That's the worst though in games. They're like, what's up there? What is that up there, man? Yeah. And then you gotta go and check it. That's the worst.
Or when they keep saying it when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's something that requires precision. You're like trying to think, what is that?
Yeah.
You doing that? What is going on up there?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We need to keep moving. I'm trying, man.
Yeah. And then Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Yep.
So hard to find where you need to go.
Really?
Remember, you got stuck.
What was I trying to do again? Oh yeah.
When there was when Jarvis took over Stark Tower.
I was an idiot though. There was 2 buttons there. I just didn't know they were buttons.
See?
Yeah.
There's stuff like that where they're just like, you should know that. And it's like, I don't know.
Usually Agent Coulson would come in and tell you what to do.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
The Wii.
Okay, yeah. So this is from Nintendo. We are thinking about a new business structure. Given the expansion of smart devices, we are naturally studying how smart devices can be used to grow the game player business. It's not as simple as enabling Mario to move on to a smartphone.
This sounds like they're going to drop hardware.
But they also said that don't expect Mario to be on your iPhone.
That doesn't mean it can't be on your iPad. Doesn't mean it can't.
No, I think they,
doesn't mean it can't. Okay, then
your BlackBerry.
It doesn't.
It's going to be on your BlackBerry and your Microsoft OS phones.
But it doesn't mean it can't be on Xbox, PlayStation 4.
That's scary. That scares me. Actually.
I don't want that.
That feels gross. I'll feel dirty playing it.
I just won't play it.
Well, there's that option. I feel like we're particularly harsh on Nintendo. I feel really bad.
You guys are so mean on Nintendo.
I'm harsh because they do stupid things.
We want to see them succeed. Right?
If Nintendo goes to Ubisoft and pays them to make Zombie U2, and
the game didn't sell well in the first place,
and Zombie, because this console didn't sell well, and if Zombie U2 is good or as good as the last one, then I will remove all my comments from Nintendo.
There you have it, folks. Waiting on Zombie U2 for Matt to love Nintendo.
That's an amazing game. That's why I didn't sell my console.
However, I do think a lot of their 3DS games could be brought to iOS and Android.
That's what's keeping them afloat right now, though.
The 3DS is doing real well.
Well, no, but if they decide to leave the hardware market eventually, they could move all those games over to iOS and Android. And they'd make millions off those.
Actually, that's an idea. What if they're making a smartphone?
No.
Oh,
No, that would
Think about
never
this:
happen.
how smart devices can be to move into the player business. We're not going to move to an iPhone. We're making the 3DS phone.
Nintendo can barely make a console. Can they make a smartphone?
What are they going to do? Look at you can now flip your 3DS open and turn
Yeah.
it to its side. Hello?
They make a flip phone again?
I'm scared.
I wouldn't mind a flip phone.
Or I simply attach the other screen and flip it over.
With your nunchuck.
Your nunchuck.
But no, that's an interesting proposition. I don't think it will happen.
A Nintendo tablet would be cool.
Maybe. Maybe. They like their touchscreens.
They're not the greatest of touchscreens, though. Do you want?
When
can't pitch
did the
this in?
DS come out?
Well,
Was that before the whole iPhone era?
Wait, the original DS?
Yeah, with the
yeah.
touchscreen.
Good lord.
So they were already doing touchscreen way back
I
then.
think that was before smartphone.
Yeah. Wow.
It's old.
And they have the worst touchscreens.
Yeah, no, it's because they use resistance.
Yeah, I know.
That's so stupid.
I know. But you do. It is nice to have that accuracy with the stylus though,
But
because
you
it's
can,
such a small screen. So
you can do that. You can do that with capacitive too, with electronic pens and that other pinpoint technology, like that one. There's like that. I forget the name of it now, but it's like this type of. It's a type of tablet that can pick up devices for like people who do drafting and stuff like that.
I think they should make both the screens the same size on the 3DS, and just make that one just a regular capacitive touchscreen.
Yeah, that's true.
You can make the icons bigger so it's easier to touch,
That's true.
and then you wouldn't need the stylus.
Wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. Because like the fancier styluses are kind of expensive. You wouldn't want that in a console, a handheld game.
But at the same time, Nintendo is currently rather taking a loss on the Wii U, so they could take a slight loss on the handheld, have a better thing, and then just sell games.
Wait, what do you mean?
So what I'm saying is, like you're saying, you don't want to have that fancier thing, that fancier stylus. I'm willing to guess because of the price difference.
Yeah.
But if they were to just ignore that extra cost and take a loss like they are with the Wii U, and then start selling games, they could probably do it. They could swing it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how much money they have left because I keep hearing from like reporters and stuff that they have a lot of money, like cash,
Yeah.
from the Wii.
Aren't they making money though? Are they getting quarterly losses? Or are they making money? They're making money, just not as much as they did or used to.
I don't know. I actually don't
It's
know.
kind of unclear. It's just they're losing money on the Wii U. That's all I know.
We should probably do some research on that because they had to have since the Wii U. There's obviously been a few quarters, right?
Yeah.
I'm just interested.
I think the
Curious.
real question is, after this restructuring, is it too late to turn the ship around on the Wii U?
I
Like,
think
is it just?
Is this dead in the water already?
a ship,
think
a ship
this
with
thing
a
is-
what's the saying?
Ship without
Ship letting in water. You just gotta point in the right direction. But
I
you're
know.
you're going down regardless. But you just gotta.
Oh,
I think that's what the saying goes. I don't know. I
something
could be
like
wrong. I could have just made it up right now.
I don't know.
That's not bad.
Something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Or I've heard
I'm not-
people yell it in movies.
I have never heard anyone say that, let alone
Their
yell
ship
it.
is letting on water, and I need to steer it in the right direction.
No, a pirate said that or something.
No, like I don't know.
I don't
Titanic. I don't
Black
know.
Flag.
Black Flag. Yeah.
But-
I don't know if they can. Yeah, because if they're losing money on hardware with the Wii U, if they just cut it out completely and just sold software, right?
Yes, what I mean.
I don't know, that's risky. That scares me.
This smart devices thing is scaring me because now another thing I just thought of again. Another thing that they're thinking of. We're trying to see how smart devices can be. We do have Miracast in the market. Do you know what that is, right?
The TV thing that you can send it to the TV.
Yeah, so you have like a Miracast box on a monitor or a TV, and you click the button and it mirrors your screen. What if they're going to do a Nintendo tablet or a Nintendo app, and then they have the little proprietary Nintendo? Maybe it'll use Miracast or something similar that's proprietary Nintendo. So you have to buy the little Nintendo thing, hook it up to your television, and then you use your iPad to click Nintendo, and then you can play it on your television.
But the transactions still have to go through Apple
Okay, I see. I don't know that
because like say Nintendo came up with an app, put
Yep.
it on the iPhone.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the deal is with Android, but on the iPhone, if you make a purchase within that app, it has to be an in-app purchase, and that goes through Apple.
Okay.
Apple then gets a chunk of that.
And that's not a very Nintendo thing to do.
Yeah.
That's not a very Nintendo thing to do, but right now they're redoing their business model.
So do you?
They're considering it. I'm not even 100% sure if they're going to restructure.
They need to. Something is wrong with Nintendo.
They needed
right
to
now.
a few years ago, and they still haven't.
But they were kind of blinded by the success of the Wii.
Yeah.
You know. But what else do you guys think they could do to restructure though? We got this tablet idea. New 3DS maybe.
Well, we said drop hardware, maybe.
Yeah.
I would say focus on getting developers to actually make games.
Third party, yeah.
They need those third-party titles because if someone's investing in a console, they want to know that they can play the games that their friends are playing.
They want the games to be there.
They want the games to be there, not just the first-party titles. Because a lot of people can't afford two consoles.
Yeah.
They can't afford a PS4 or an Xbox One and a Wii U.
Or they just find no point.
Yeah.
A lot of people who say they can't afford it could. They're just like, why would I?
Because they kind of had the perfect setup. They were before. Was it a year before the new generation or 2 years? 2 years before.
It was a year.
I think it was a year, yeah.
So they had a year jump on Microsoft and Sony.
Which they thought would make them win.
If they had some of the third-party titles on that console, that would have been perfect. People would have said, "Okay, I can invest in the Wii U now."
Yep.
Because I can play my, I don't know,
JSX.
Whatever, yeah.
Well, that is on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Well, we're seeing all these like cool new ways of thinking in development and using the hardware, right? Like we're seeing them, like with that new Lord of the Rings title and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is, I don't know. At least a lot of them, I don't think are going on the Wii U. And because that Wii U had that year jump, we should have been seeing this innovative thinking, this new way of whatever on the Wii U earlier, and then with third-party support again, that would have attracted people to buy in early and not buy another one.
What was the third-party game that came out last year on previous generation? Just for an example, I can't think of
Last of Us.
Non exclusive third party.
Oh, it had to. Okay.
Rayman.
There you go.
Well, one that didn't come out on the Wii U. I'm trying to think.
One that.
Yeah, I can't think of one. Because like Assassin's Creed came out on it.
Yeah.
Call of Duty have come out on it.
Battlefield.
Does the Wii U have enough titles now?
Yeah, that's right. Let's say Battlefield then.
Okay.
If they had Battlefield on there, and people could say, "There you go."
But
I don't need a new console. I got my Wii U.
Who goes on? Who out of our group even considered a Wii U? Nobody.
I have one.
You have one.
I have one. 'Cause
Adriano
You both have one.
Adriano had an order for one.
That was when it was new.
Yeah.
Right now, if we were to if we did not have Wii U's, you and I did not have Wii U's. We only have Wii U's because of that year jump. And when PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U launches, would you even consider the Wii U?
I know a few friends of mine. Do you know what they're waiting for to buy a Wii U? It's
What?
Smash Bros.
There you go. There's another
One title.
That's another first party arrogance again. That is getting to their head.
But could one title, such as Smash Bros.,
It's gonna sell a
rise
buttload.
Nintendo from the ashes?
Didn't Halo 2 and Xbox Live simultaneously pretty much not save Xbox, but really freaking boost it?
Yeah, I guess so.
The original.
Yeah.
So could something like no, again, I'm still fighting the point that Nintendo doesn't know what the internet is.
No, but
They have a vague, hazy idea of what it is.
I have no idea what's happening in my account. Can I sign in on 2 now? Like, am I going on my Nintendo? Like, is my DS account the same as this?
do you want to know my problem? I don't know if I have a Nintendo account. I have games that I've downloaded through the Ambassador program on my 3DS, and if I make an account, I'm scared it's going to delete those because you can only have one account. Are those games tied to something? Or are they tied to the console? And if I make an account, what happens then?
I think they're tied to the console, and you download them before there was an account. But now that account is also linked to a Nintendo ID, I think, which is now available, which wasn't available on your 3DS because there was a 3DS ID.
Yes.
And now there's also a Wii U ID. But my problem with this is if my Wii U breaks, I'm taking it back to the retailer because I have a retail warranty. If that breaks again, does that mean that my 3DS or my Nintendo ID is screwed on my Wii U, but it's okay on my 3DS, and then if I buy another Wii U, then I have to make another ID with another email, and then link that back to the Nintendo 3DS.
Wait.
Do you see what I'm saying? This is
Your ID on your 3DS.
correct.
Did you upgrade that to connect your two accounts?
Does that exist?
Yes.
No, I haven't updated it.
Because with the last update, they merged the ID.
I went through the patch
His
notes.
accounts are the same.
I
My
saw
accounts
something
are the
about an
same.
account, and I was like, I don't know what this means, so I just.
My Mii's are the same on both of my systems because it imported it from my old ID.
So what does it take? Like my thing is, does it how does it merge or does it merge or like what happens?
I didn't merge. Here's what happened. Like I started up my 2DS.
Okay.
I did the update. Oops, sorry. I did the update.
Yep.
Which updated it to have that merge.
Okay.
And like I entered my stuff.
Yep.
And said, "Do you have a Nintendo ID?" I said, "Yes." I typed it in, and then it brought over my Mii and said, "Do you want to replace your old Mii with this one?" Because I had already made one, and then they just work now.
I don't know
how
Nintendo
like
ID
Marty's
now.
position. You already have a Nintendo ID on your 3DS.
I'm not sure. I have a me,
I think he has it. I think
So if you
back
have a Mii, I think you do.
I think back in
right?
the day.
No.
but I used the eShop back then.
Yeah.
So you purchased stuff off the eShop.
Yes.
So you must have an ID.
No, because he could have essentially just typed in a credit card on the Nintendo eShop.
You don't need an account to purchase
Back
stuff?
in the day, I don't think there was even an account. I think it was just like you bought this console. Do you want this content? Yes, buy it, download it, done.
Mine were free though. All my stuff was free.
Back in the day with iTunes, right? iTunes was like, oh, my computer broke. Guess what? Got to buy it all again. Good stuff.
Yeah. Those are bad times.
I think that was.
It happened to me too.
But you still need an iTunes account. And
obviously.
those purchases are still linked to those accounts. So say I purchased a movie back when that didn't exist.
Yeah.
I can go now that it does exist. That purchase is still connected to that account.
I know you can download that movie.
Yeah, even though I purchased it before they upgraded it.
So what should I do?
You don't want to lose those games, right?
No.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, but I also want an account.
And have you gone to like Nintendo.com and tried to log in there with the supposed Apple Nintendo ID?
I don't know if I have one. I don't know what the password would be.
Well, just type in your email.
Okay.
Type in a password you may have used.
Yeah. Okay.
And if they said something doesn't work, maybe try resetting your password.
Or forget password. Or
Forget
whatever.
password. Get a new one. See if that logs you in.
Oh my god! See, like, why are we having this problem? Nintendo ID. Log in on here.
Marty doesn't even know if he created one, so that's the problem there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it should be an easy process. Log in, done. Email, password, done. You want a nickname? That's fine, but just use your email, your password, and you're done on anything.
There must be some setting in your 3DS where you can check if you're logged in with a Nintendo ID.
I need an update, and I can't update the eShop.
Why not?
It keeps crashing.
Oh, good. So now there's also software problems.
We could try it here tonight, though.
Okay.
See what's up.
All right. Well, that's enough Nintendo.
But how awesome is Smash Bros. Going to be?
It's
I don't
going to be
know.
good, but can it move enough consoles to keep them afloat? That's the question.
I know at least 2 people are going to buy.
2. Yeah.
I-
Buy consoles. They don't have the consoles now,
No.
so they're planning on buying a console for one game.
All my other friends that have that want Smash Bros. Already have Wii U's.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. Big Nintendo fans.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's move on. I wanted to stretch out that story, but not that much. It was a bit much. Let's move on to some Microsoft news. Microsoft to announce more Xbox One exclusives in 2014. The executive at Xbox, Phil Spencer, says he wants to have a great E3 this year.
This is good because it means E3 is still lively and whatever.
Mhm.
People are planning on using it, and
Yeah.
they're using it for games too.
I was a bit scared because Microsoft and Sony had their own separate announcements for the consoles.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I thought maybe they're going to lean more to something like that. Because
But-
the whole reason Apple got out of Macworld, because they wanted to announce products whenever they chose. They didn't want to be tied to this annual Macworld,
Oh, fair enough.
So I was just wondering if Microsoft and Sony were leaning the kind of same way. But it seems like they still support E3, which is great, because it's my favorite time of year, really. Second to Christmas.
Good stuff.
So.
It is the best time of year to release games. Like, it's the best because even though it's all your competitors are there, everyone is kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Everyone kind of goes around it.
And you're kind of in that summer drought, right? Where a lot of games don't launch in the summer.
Yeah, so you're watching all this stuff, and then some games are released from E3. They're like available in a week or whatever.
Last of Us was released like a day after E3.
Yeah, there you go.
Hilarious.
I think that's a bad time to launch. I don't want to buy games at that time.
I'm too excited for the new ones, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I go buy that when there's this awesome game coming out next year?
It's true.
Well, I think they showed Last of Us at E3.
Yeah, they did.
So that was a pretty good marketing thing for them, I guess. But yeah, I'm not sure what Xbox One exclusives are on the way.
It's good though. It's good to know.
I'm glad that they were going to announce more.
I just remembered we were talking about EA trying to figure out what games were coming out.
Mhm.
Titanfall.
Oh yeah.
So
That's true. Actually,
and that's an Xbox One exclusive, right?
Mhm.
but to say to add to the Xbox One news, you know, how everyone was saying, you know, like they wanted it to be this one living room, future living room, whatever, blah blah blah. Everyone, which is only one other person, that I know that actually has an entertainment unit as well as an Xbox One, has actually completely converted to this, including myself. I use that thing to manage everything. This guy was like, no,
The Xbox all in one.
yeah, he's like, I'm only gonna use it to play games, blah 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 blah. No, he converted. He went and he rewired everything. This guy's like crazy. He has like everything. He's like 5 computers and it's a freaking disaster. But he has like his cable box hooked up. He has this and that and this, and he never shuts it off. He just shuts off his TV. He says it sleeps, but it never sleeps. I don't think it actually sleeping. I think it's just always on. But
did you connect your cable box to your?
Yep,
You did.
I say Xbox Watch TV. That's how I watch my TV.
But I'm just worried about how long does this boot up?
How long does it boot up?
Because you have to have the Xbox on just to watch TV.
Yeah,
So right now I just have my receiver on.
yeah.
No reason to be wasting power by having my Xbox on.
I turn my Xbox on because I switch frequently. I'll be like watch TV. I'll watch like American Pickers or something, and then I'll like switch over and I'll like watch YouTube, which I'll watch on my Xbox.
My only problem is I don't want to turn my Xbox every time I want to watch TV.
And when I turn the TV on, I leave it on for like hours and hours upon like throughout the day.
Yeah.
I was kind of at the same thing. I was like, I don't really want to turn this on, but then I have like that Logitech remote, so I just say like you know, watch. I press watch TV on the remote, and then I say Xbox turn on watch TV, and it just does it. So
I like the idea of it saving me an HDMI port though.
that's actually the reason why I used it. And
Those
the
ports
Wii
are
U's,
precious.
yeah, well, the Wii U is just hooked up to my TV now. It's not hooked up to my sound system.
Okay.
So
Some scary news here if you have a PS4. Some people are getting some save file corrupt errors. But Sony, I guess they've addressed this. They said if you are experiencing this CE-34878-0 error code, please close the application and then install the latest system, software, and game patch. If the error occurs again, initialize the PS4 system after backup of the saved data, and please also submit any crash reports after rebooting your console when the error occurs. Hope that helps.
initialize. What does that mean? Initialize.
I think that means like start from scratch, right?
Initialize. I mean, also like literally just be like, all right, wipe it down or shut it down.
Yeah, I'm not recommending that, so don't come to me if you do that.
Hey,
Yeah, don't come to me if you do that. I'm not recommending you do that. That's from Sony, okay? Call them. Call them first before you do anything.
Do you find that the PS4? Now I realize like kind of with these errors too is I find the PS4 feels to me like a beta. I feel like I'm using a beta. I don't know why.
Is that just the operating system?
It's
or-
awkward. I find it's awkward to use. There's options that are only there if I click and hold, where I can't seem to find anywhere else, like adjust devices and stuff, which is usually like always also in the settings. Not that I mean, they may be in there. I haven't seen it. I haven't been in there that much. But like the notifications appear, like certain notifications, like the downloads appear in the notifications, which is weird.
That's weird.
Like
yeah.
it's awkward. Like I feel like I'm using a beta. I don't know why.
And then if you go to the notifications, it says like one new notification, like someone sent you a message.
Yep.
You click on it, and it's like no new messages.
Yep, it does that all the time
It's
for
like
me
you're
too.
telling me I have a new notification. When I click it, you should erase that. But they're just stuck there. My last 3 notifications are stuck there like permanently.
It's weird. I don't know what it is.
I mean, obviously they're going to be OS updates later on.
But I also have a problem where I'm like, sometimes I'm trying to find the PlayStation Store, and I know people are gonna call me stupid for idiot. Got to move up and go left. But why isn't it? Why am I like in this screen that I'm going down, that I'm in this other menu with all these squares that I have all my games?
I don't like the separation of the two lines.
Yeah, it's
I
really
really
weird. Then
don't
I'm like,
that.
then I'm like, wait, where's the? Oh wait, I got to go up, and then I got to go over. Like,
And I have a bunch of games on there now, so my bottom bar is getting full. And I
does
gotta-
it not go down? I thought it would eventually go down.
Not yet.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I have to scroll over to find a game, you know? Although, mind you, if you pop in the disc, it goes to the front. But,
Yeah, but what if you download a bunch of games?
You're
Like if you have PlayStation Plus now, so you have access to a bunch of free games.
like, I think right now that there's not too many games, so you might not have to worry about it. But in the future, you have all these all these tiles everywhere. You gotta scroll through half an hour just to find the game you want.
that right there is a disaster.
And I hate the blue.
I don't mind the blue.
It makes me feel like I'm in the store.
I like the blue. I don't mind the blue. What other color could you choose? It's a pretty neutral color.
I do like the blue. I don't like the white LED on the console.
Do you want it blue?
I want it blue. Because when it was
It
booting...
looks like it's in standby.
Yeah, like when it was booting and it went blue, I'm like, oh, it's working. And then it went white. I'm like, oh, fuck, this thing's broken, isn't it? And then I like eventually turned on the screen. I was like, oh, all right.
All right, we got 5 minutes left. So this is kind of a bigger story. But Microsoft and Machinima accused of paying YouTubers to promote the Xbox One.
Yeah.
What do you know about this, Marty?
I heard about this earlier this week, and apparently, if you're a YouTuber out there, I think you get like an extra $3 if you say nice things about the Xbox One and its games in your videos.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not allowed to tell people that you're being paid to do so either. That's part of the conditions of this. So I'm pretty sure they're reaching out to popular YouTubers to offer them this. So basically, just paid to say nice things.
That's weird, eh?
It's a little weird. I don't like it.
That's really weird.
I mean, I know a lot of people make like decent money off of YouTube, and like the extra $3 for every mention is kind of. I don't know how much that adds up, but
I'm pretty sure it's like an extra $3,000 on top of, or extra $3 on top of whatever they get paid per 1,000 views.
there was something they added after like $3 CPM or something like that.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know what that was.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, maybe someone should pay us to say nice things about Nintendo.
There you go.
Just so we stop bashing.
Or a
them.
competitor can pay us to continue.
Yeah. That's not happening, people. Just to let you know, that's not happening.
Although I will accept that payment.
So in Machinima too, eh? They hire a bunch of people on YouTube to post videos about games and stuff.
Yep.
And then I also heard that EA was doing this as well.
Yeah, I just saw that actually. EA's been doing it.
Pretty weird. It's kind of nasty. Doesn't make me feel good.
No, it's pretty slimy if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Just paying for good like promotions.
At the same time, though, isn't that just good advertising? Good advertising
No,
scheme?
but advertising, you have to say it's advertising.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say negative things about Xbox One in these videos.
But if you do, then you just don't get paid that extra amount of money.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But advertising is like, this program is brought to you by Microsoft. Enjoy the Xbox One, the all-in-one console with the Kinect always on, watching every move.
Yeah, this is... I don't know. I can kind of see what it's coming from, but then again, isn't there a long-standing... I don't know if it's rumor or what. The IGN accepts bribes.
They got some
ratings.
I'm not sure how that started. I don't believe it.
I think it's because there's a lot of things where it's like... I don't have a specific example, but I know back in the day at least, there was a lot of like IGN user review 8, IGN review 4. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of stuff like that, and also like a lot of big games kind of got good scores.
Yeah, like 9, and then user score like 4.
Yeah,
And you're like,
but they claim that they haven't been paid. I believe them. I just think it's just people hating on IGN.
It could be, well, it could be things kind of like where, okay, take Call of Duty Ghosts. I think this is a good example. Call of Duty Ghosts, where it's getting bad ratings on Metacritic and user scores on websites because it's copy-paste, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But from a critic standpoint, which is just, forget everything else, this game, now do it. They have to just say, okay, you know, good this, good that,
Mm-hmm.
good this. So then it gets a high score based on that. But most critics, if not all, they might mention that it's getting old, but they won't really mark it down because of it. Because it's still good graphics or it's still good this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I also think because IGN's on top, a lot of people want to knock them down a peg.
A lot of people do that, yeah.
You know, and I was talking to Marty about this, and it seems like not a lot of places like IGN. They like people like their GameSpot and Destructoid and Kotaku and stuff like that. They're like those kind of smaller companies.
Yeah.
I just think there's always this weird thing that people have to hate the big guys.
That's always what it is.
It's the crabs in the bucket, as they say.
It's like oh, somebody's making money. Okay, take them down.
Yeah.
So is that why we hate EA?
Maybe that's why. The biggest publisher, so we all hate on them.
They feel a little scary, evil corporation like though.
Yeah, the way they present themselves.
That's probably it. Once you get so big, they seem like they're an authority, and people don't like authority over them.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at the tech market just in general with, like, I don't know, mobile gadgets, if you will. You have basically Samsung, Apple duking it out. Some people just hate Apple. Some people just hate Samsung.
Mm-hmm.
But they're both, I'm going to say, pretty much equally as big in terms of like making an impact and like who's buying what.
Definitely.
So my thing is, like, they're both on top. Usually you're kind of skewed one way or the other. It's kind of weird when it comes to news, everyone wants the little guy.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's kind of like, I'll get these big things out of here. You know
It's almost like they don't trust the big guys, yeah.
It's weird, yeah.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us this week on Day 1 Patch. Remember to like and subscribe on the YouTube. We would like to make some money off of YouTube. I'm just saying. Need those subscribers, though.
Xbox One is the greatest thing ever made, ever.
Because we want to bring you more episodes, and the only way you can do that is if we start getting some cash flow. Not to say we care about money. We care about you. We care about the news. We like doing this.
No, that's it. I'm accepting bribes.
It's a fun thing to do. But yeah, remember to like and subscribe, share with your friends, and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
iTunes.
And iTunes.
Biggest thing.
I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the episode. But iTunes, all our episodes are now on there, except for the lost episode 14.
Oh, no, the lost episode.
Missing forever.
Dun, dun, dun.
I will say that was our best episode ever.
It's probably our stairway.
Yeah.
It's our stairway.
I don't know what that means, but all right.
Matt doesn't know what that means. I don't think a lot of people do, actually. Maybe.
It's our stairway to heaven, Matthew.
I don't know what that means.
Led Zeppelin. Do you know the band Led Zeppelin?
Heard of them. I don't listen to music, for our listeners out there.
Led Zeppelin, their biggest song is Stairway to Heaven.
Okay.
So our best episode would be our Stairway.
We have a poster of it back there.
That's correct.
Correct. There you go.
Yeah, I wasn't there for 14, was I?
That's probably why it was
You guys
awesome.
had your best episode without me.
Yeah.
Anyway, iTunes. Check them all out. Episodes, all the new ones will be up. You got all those back ones you can listen to if you want to. Old news, but still fun to listen to.
Subscribe on that thing.
And subscribe.
Is it subscribe on iTunes? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I saw it download properly on one iPhone, so hopefully that issue's kind of been hammered out.
It works fine on my stuff. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Maybe it's just a device-to-device issue.
It downloads fine. It just doesn't look like it's downloading fine.
Yes. So
it could be preparing, and then it just downloads really quick.
No, mine was instant.
That's what I mean. Like
0 to 100.
That's what I mean. Like, it could be like preparing downloaded.
Well, no, it wouldn't download that fast.
Don't complain about the quickness. We can slow it down. You know what I mean?
Anyway, if you hit download, it's downloading. It just might not show it. Just bear with it. It will get on there.
Mine's done that on other podcasts.
It just can't handle this level of awesomeness.
Maybe that's it. Okay. We'll see you guys next week, and thanks for joining us this week.